Hello, 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 and welcome back to FRLT. Welcome, welcome. We return once again. I do apologise about the trailer and some of the graphics being still saying Season 4 and being from last game. That is because I've sadly not had the time recently to get on with it and to get all the graphics ready and done. So I do apologise for that, but I hope everybody is having an absolutely brilliant Wednesday evening. Qualifiers has come up for the first lobby. It's a bit empty. We've only got 8 drivers in the first lobby because of some movement and some swapping every which way by some of the teams. We've had, I think, 2 teams. I think we had 2 teams move from lobby 1. We were also missing a couple of teams as well tonight, which doesn't help at all. It really doesn't help that some teams are missing tonight. The teams... I'm waiting on somebody. You need roles. What is your Discord? What is your Discord? I don't know what your Discord is. So just saying I need roles. Is it too late to move lobbies? Peck has had to move lobby, I believe. Yeah, they've had to move lobby tonight. We're missing just one person now, I think. We're missing one person. I think. When? Hang on. Wait. When is RGE in? RGE isn't in yet. Okay, so need to find one person now. There's just one person to find, and then we'll get straight into it. But let's go to the lovely, lovely track map that we've got. As you can see, it is Canada. I know, a bit of a strange track to go to for tonight. Not the usual track that you'd go and qualify on, but it is the track that we are qualifying on nonetheless. Also, at Season 5 calendar for assists. So if you don't know, we've had a bit of a swap round with some of basically the way that Season 5 is going to be working. We have a new no assist tier for Season 5, which... which is a bit difficult, of course. So, of course, because of the changes in what tiers we have and what tiers we don't have, it means that we've still got 4s, we've still got assists, or what used to be Tier 1, but this season it's just a bit of a rename. So Tier 1 is now assists, and no assists is now added to the lovely, lovely season. So we've got 7. Okay, so we're going to get underway in about 2 minutes. Okay, so everybody's in now. Okay, we are getting underway now. So, as you can see, we've got a couple of graphical upgrades in some places. For instance, like the comms box, our calendar. There are some other graphics on the way, but sadly they've just been a little bit late. They've just taken a little bit too long, I will say. Somebody's just joined. Some random person has just joined that this is not going to be in here. You're not gonna be in. There's one person who's just joined randomly. So, ultimately, we're going to get underway. Ethan, I'm doing very well. I hope you are too. By the way, if we have any problems with the game, this is the first time I'm streaming F1 25 on my PC, so it might die. And now we can go into this beautiful game for the first time. Going into this game for the first time. As you can see, only 8 drivers. I know. 8 drivers. It's been going well. But as I said, there's only 8 drivers. I know. I know some people aren't completely happy with the fact that we have just 8 drivers. So the lobby 1, which I actually have not looked at for who's in lobby 1, it is, I can confirm, it is XR8 in the McLarens, it is AB in the RBs, it is VOR in the Aston Martins, RG in the Mercedes. I think one of them's got something wrong, which is Aaron, who's gone in the Alpine, SET, who's moved here, and Peck, who have also had to move here. So my list is a little bit out of date. It's a few years old. Yeah, I know there are going to be some bits of lag because. I know there's going to be some bits of lag. That's because my game is being horrible to me today. And it shouldn't be too laggy now. It should all be okay now. But here we go. On board with Robbie for the first lap of Season 5. Here we go. Robbie heading round. XR8 will be the first team to set a lap for Season 5. Of course, this year's game, quite a bit different for handling. RB is AZR. No, it isn't. It is ABE. Heading round. Robbie making his way around towards the end of Sector 1. Of course, purple 19.336 is the time to beat. Let's see what XR8 can do here tonight. They've got a tough evening. There's 19 teams, also 20 teams, I believe now, qualifying. We are missing, I believe we're missing AMS out of them. So the reigning champions will not be qualifying, by the way. The reigning champions will not be qualifying. But we'll have to see 20 teams 20 teams. XPG as well, by the way, isn't qualifying. 2 of those teams, XPG and AMS, not qualifying. But we'll have to see. 20 teams, only 10 of them will survive. As now Robbie heads through the chicane. Pretty solid lap from himself so far. And across the line, it's going to be a 1:09.298 for the first lap of the evening. And that is immediately beaten by Barbance, who goes to a 1:09.021 on to a 1:09.021 on the mediums. Yeah, I know. No, it's just because the game's on default. That's why. I do apologise. I do apologise for having to pause. Sorry about that. Aaron went P4 in all of that. Villius went P3 along with his teammate Revit. Alex is on a lap. He's just gotten a bit of a tow. Ghosting is on, by the way. Ghosting is on. Shanez, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great night. Fastest AB at the top of qualifying so far. We've got Temik, who's going round. Temik is making his way round at his speed. At the lovely speed we like to see him. So these guys are making their way round. Yeah, ghosting is on. Ghosting is on, by the way. I do want to make it clear. I have said, I think before, I don't want to see some of this stuff, but ghosting is on anyway. So there is no penalty for qualifiers. There isn't any. But still, either way. We got Temik on a lap at the moment for RGE. Let's see how the Mercedes does as he makes his way around. We saw Mercedes win in Canada in real life over the weekend. Are we going to see another one of them? Are we going to see it? No, so this game is... I'm just seeing so many people in the chat, by the way. Not in the YouTube chat, but in our Discord chat, just absolutely going mental over a tow. Even though ghosting is on. So everybody's going a little bit crazy over it. Doesn't matter. We'll look at it afterwards. And we'll sort everything. So, heading round. Temik. And he goes P5, 1:09.599. The moment ABE staying strong to their pace. We've got a lot of people arguing at the moment in the Discord chat over Slipstream. So we'll see, over ghosting and everything. Robbie is down though, 26 thousandths by the way, in his first sector. So he's down very slightly. There's a lot of people saying it is just dirty air. There's no slipstream with ghosting on. So there's a lot of arguments going on at the moment. I'm not joining in on the arguments going on in the chat. I'm just going to stay far away from them. Robbie, so far, clean lap, but he needs a bit more time. I mean, he needs to find quite a lot more time. Let's see, across the line. He does improve by almost a quarter of a second. Closes up. Barbance now goes fastest of all. 1 minute 8.516. ABE really is going for it here tonight. ABE is really going for it. I have to say, they really are. They really are going for it here tonight. I'm surprised how much they're going for it as well. Didn't think they'd be going for it this much. We got Alex Asanas, who's I think just improved, or he's just starting his lap. I know that we've got Aaron, who's on a lap. He's in the 1 minute 10s. He's very much on his own in this qualifying session. I don't think they're also. I think they're going to be receiving a 3. I think we're going to be seeing a 3/10th penalty as well, by the way, to RGE because Aaron's chosen the wrong car. So it is in the rules that choosing the wrong car is bad. But it doesn't matter as he invalidates anyway, but it's going to be 3/10 added onto that. I did explain some of the rules in an announcement, but I will be explaining that these are sort of rules that have been around for very long, and I do say make sure you're in the right car. Temic up by a quarter of a second out of the middle sector. He's looking to go P4. Thing is, at the moment, his teammate is going to drag him out of that. So let's see how that's going to go. Still heading round. He's gone P4, so he found some time, but I think he lost a bit of time. Oh my god. Everybody's arguing in the chat. This is crazy. Everybody's really arguing. But I'm just staying out of it. I'm not even gonna answer. Remember, still getting. I have said that getting. Oh, and that's Revit in the wall. The first spin and crash of the season. Is out. Revit's disqualified. He's been disqualified for driving in the wrong direction. That is chaos for VOR. That is complete and utter chaos for VOR, who have just gone and gotten one car disqualified. That's interesting. That's very interesting from the game. But that is one car out. Now I will say, I'm just gonna make this very clear. Based off of that, I will look at it. I will look at it. Rerun? No, there won't be a rerun. There won't be a rerun for Revit. But I will tell you now. I will give Toro also just improved, but I will give Revit. I will base it off of his final, the last time that he did. So, we'll see. But at the moment, I will say XPG are quite on edge for whether they're going to make it into... sorry, not XPG, XR8. Can't even say. XR8. Well, they're looking on edge. 1 minute, I think about 1 minute 9.2. Is what they're looking at the moment. 1 minute 9.2. So they're not looking too great. While AB are looking at 1 minute 8.5, potentially with a 1/10 penalty to a 1 minute 8.6. But they're probably still going to qualify based off of that because they've absolutely shown up with incredible pace. So making their way around. VOR need a bit more time now because, of course, they've had one driver disqualified. I think he had a 1 minute 9.5 in the end, so he wasn't far behind Toro. So, at the moment, VOR will probably still be out because they're going to have about 1 minute 9.4, I believe, with their total lap time, 1 minute 9.5. And crossing the line, he improves by 45 thousandths, but still in the 1 minute 9.4 as he stays P5 in the end with all of that. Barbance, he's going... I'm not sure about the slipstream. I'm gonna say it now. I'm not sure. I'd have to check this with other people. I'd have to check this with other people in some other leagues, because I don't know. whether whether it is actually slipstream with ghosting or not. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see post qualifying. That could be a post qualifying penalty, but with ghosting, it's going to be difficult. So we'll have to see. Robbie is down quite a bit. How is Barbant's doing? Barbant's up by another 0.3 of a second in that RB. He's absolutely flying. This is just going to put them another 10th. By the way, 0.3 quicker. Half that. That's another 10.5 faster. So at the moment, AB running away with this first qualifying session with absolute ease at the moment. Barbant's he invalidates. Oh, that was close, so close, yet so far. Hello, DB Dan. Welcome to the stream as Robbie almost drifts it into the pit lane. Heading round, Temic also into the pits. Only one driver out of the track, and that's Barbant's. I don't even know how long is left of qualifying, if I'm being completely honest, because there's just a permanent yellow flag stuck in the top right corner of my screen, top left corner. If I know directions anymore. So yeah, quite interesting. We've got one car coming out. That's Alex on his way out for AB as well. Pause and unpause. That did nothing. That did nothing, Timon. That did bugger all. Absolutely useless. But Alex is out on track for his outlap. We're then going to be moving on to the next session. Lobby 2. Lobby 2, by the way. We've got 9 teams, I believe. 9 teams in for Lobby 2. So, 9 teams in for Lobby 2. We have an 18 driver grid for Lobby 2 compared to an 8. We were supposed to have, before anybody moved, we were supposed to have 12 drivers in for this lobby. And then SET had to move. And Peckers had to move. So, or they just couldn't race. So we ultimately went down to just 8 drivers in one lobby, which is quite disappointing. One of the reasons why we had slightly low in this lobby is because of a mistake. It's RGE in the Mercedes, and Aaron is also part of RGE at the same time. Let's ride on board with Alex on his lap. Let's see, can he beat his teammate Barbant's on the final run? Whoa! When he loses the rear, he keeps the car going. He doesn't put it in the wall. He does keep the car running and going in the right direction. But that's a big slide, and I'm pretty sure that's the end of Alex's qualifying session here and qualifying for ABE. Pretty sure that is the end. Got a couple more cars coming out on track. We've got Aaron. Coming out next. Got the final couple of runs. So we should only have, realistically, I think, about another minute of qualifying left or so. Shouldn't have much longer. Sadly, we had a couple of minutes delay. We had a, I think, about 6-7 minute delay to qualifying. Whoa! And that's Aaron in the wall. That's his front wing gone, and that is his qualifying abruptly over. And that he'll be the only driver so far in the 1 minute 10s. And he hits the wall even more because he hasn't caused any problems, but that is not great. Alex once again on a lap. Aaron has retired out on track. That is also a time penalty for RGE. Time penalty for RGE based off of that. Can Alex hook up the lap this time round? He's 43 thousandths up in his first sector. That is going to put him onto provisional pole and fastest of all. Let's see how this is going. See how this is going to go. Sadly, I must say we are going to be late for lobby number 2 because it is 6. We've got 6 minutes till it was supposed to start, but because of some delays, it's going to push a little bit later. But Alex now making his way round. Let's see how he is going to do. Is he going to improve on his lap even more? Is he going to push AB into a clear lead? He does go. He goes slightly slower, 19,000 slower. Temek is next. He's invalidated his lap though. He is invalidated, and that is that for himself. That is him done for tonight. And that is some disappointment. We've got Villias coming up to the line. He now goes P4. He just jumps into a 9.1. Solid lap there from himself. I think we've got Robbie up to the line next. Is Robbie improving? We saw the McLaren in the background sliding. Let's see. Toro doesn't improve. Barbance is fastest. And that is a clear ABE 1-2. And a very, very strong start to their campaign. They missed out on Tier 1 last season, or known as assists. But this is how it's ended. Barbance on is fastest of all, followed by his teammate Alex, then Robbie, then Villias, then Temek, then Toro, then Aaron, and then Revit. We will also reinstate Revit's lap time, by the way. So it will be based off of his last lap time, because I do feel like that disqualification was a little bit unfair. I think lobby 3, I believe. I think EV are in lobby 3, if I have a look. Have a quick look. EVR, yeah, they're in lobby 3. This lobby is the most stacked lobby. We have a very, very stacked lobby coming up next. A very, very stacked lobby. I will say it's incredibly stacked, this next lobby. NET. Is NET next lobby? Most teams are next lobby, but we do have AMS. They're not racing tonight. They're not racing. So we have most teams. So we have 8 teams, I believe, instead. So we are down one more team, just down to 8 teams now. Yep. And that is that. We are done for lobby number 1. And that is that for lobby 1 finished. 18 minutes of the first 18 minutes of racing we've had. Okay. No. AB is not getting disqualified. No, nobody's getting disqualified. Is Rosso in this lobby? Are Rosso in this lobby? Yes, they are. Rosso are in this lobby. I wasn't sure which lobby some of the teams are in because I've got a lot of drivers. Okay. I don't know who to invite because there's a lot of people to invite. Who is... No, that's the Raw. Okay. Where would that be? Yago. I think I saw Yago somewhere. Yeah, OMB. We'll see how they do tonight, because tonight is, of course, the big one. They've got to see whether they can... which one was it? I'm trying to find a couple of people, because there's a lot of people that want to be invited. And it's not fun. It's never fun. I'm going to tell you now. It's not fun. Who needs to be invited? I don't know who needs to be invited, because everybody's just shouting at me, invite my driver. But I don't know. Okay. Trying to find who's who. Yago. I've got to find Yago. This is difficult. Who is in this lobby? Because I know there's a lot of people in this lobby. But I'm trying to figure out who exactly is in the lobby. This is painful, trying to find somebody that's in like a crowd of like 100. Is Yanni in it? I don't know for some of these teams. They're just screaming at me to invite their drivers. But I don't know. I don't have everybody. I don't have everybody listed. Everybody's like, oh, invite me. Oh, come on, game. This game is absolutely dying on me. I'm trying to figure out who's... Okay, Yago. Okay, I need to add him through Steam, because... there's a lot of people wanting me to invite them. We're going to go to a quick little... we're going to get the last couple of people invited, because it's taking a sweet-ass time. Because there's a lot of people who have just gone, I want to get invited, but not added me. Like usual. The usual stuff. So many people adding me. There are like so many. I do apologise for the slight bit of silence. I am just trying to invite everybody. Okay, we've got 5. There's a lot of people wanting invites, by the way. So, yeah, I know. I am inviting everybody I can. I am inviting every single person I actually can. But there's just a lot of people. Okay, there is just a lot of people. I just need to. I'm getting through everybody as fast as I can. But there's like 16 people in this lobby. Sorry, in this lobby, we've got 16 people to get in, which takes a bit of time to do. I don't know which one to invite because there's so many people. Why are there so many people today? I hate this when there's too many people. I think that's it. We've got 7 in. We've still got 9. What lobby 3 is supposed to be at 8. It's supposed to be at 8, but we're but this is taking its sweet ass time. The game's taking its sweet ass time. And I'm only getting half the invites. Nope. Okay. We're gonna. I can tell you now, we are gonna be late. We are gonna be late for that 8 o'clock, but that is because nobody seems to understand how inviting people works. So yeah, this is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a long one. I'm just gonna say it now. Robin? A guy called Robin. Cold. I need to find. Okay. Okay, we got 7. We're getting an 8th. People are taking their sweet ass time to get into this lobby. Because there seems to be this usual thing of people seem to take their sweet ass time. I'm not getting anything. I'm lovely, jubbly, not getting bugger all at the moment from anybody. Okay. Okay, we got our 9th in. We got our 9th driver in. It's taking its sweet ass time. I'm gonna quickly go to a break so you guys can watch the trailer a couple more times. We are back to do lobby 2. I do apologise, everybody's taking. So we're currently waiting on a couple of teams, but problem is a lot of... Oh, I don't know why a lot of teams are taking so long to join. Got 12 drivers in. We're down to 14 drivers in this lobby because we've only got, I think, 7 teams now because there's no AMS, meaning we're down to 8 and 1 team moved. Okay, we literally need to go now. We don't have time. Sadly, this is the one issue we've had, is that there's so many people who are quite slow at joining into the lobbies. So we're going to get into the next part of qualifying. No, they're not going to get penalties for being late into the lobby. EA's also cracking up to be not too great like usual. So it's taking its sweet ass time with some of the invites. Because we've currently got a couple of teams that have sadly dropped out rather late. If you join mid-quali, it will be a What's wrong? What has even happened? Why? Oh, why has it gone to a race? Oh, why is it? Is it in a race? Oh, it's in a race. Great. This game's garbage. I just can't. It said qualifying. This game is... Jesus. I cannot. Great. People just need to retire. I'm so sick of this game. I'm so sick of all of this. Great. This game is just so pathetic. This game's just... We are back. When is lobby 2 is getting sorted now. Okay. We've had lovely... why doesn't this game work? Oh, I'm getting frustrated by this game. It just won't. This game just won't work. It just won't work at all. This game's taking its sweet ass time. They've had like 5 invites. They've had 5 invites. I'm so annoyed with some of these teams. They are absolutely... I've invited some of these guys about 20 times. Okay, we're finally in. I do apologise for the massive, massive ordeal of delays to today. I have no clue why this game is so ass, but it is. It just is. So we are now getting into this. I think somebody's joined. One of the drivers has joined, so we should be having 13 or 14, and we should have 14 officially. We've only got, I think, 13 in for the moment. We've got 12 in at the moment, sorry. Got 12. First team that is out, even though we are running rather late, it is an 18-minute qualifying session. 18 minutes, and already we're a minute into that, but at least we should be about 15 minutes in by the time lobby 3 was meant to be starting, even though we are going to be suspiciously and ridiculously late because of this game being terrible. Let's get on with qualifying now. I do apologise for all of the problems we have had. It has been a bit of a rough one. It has been quite a rough one today because of constant problems. Hopefully we shouldn't continue with these. So, the first driver in lobby 2 will be underway is Yago for ONB. Let's see how ONB is going to do. First qualifiers. Let's see whether they'll get it. A little bit of a rough start to his lap here for Yago. Making his way round. It is Canada. And he's invalidated already on his lap. Team... So, looking to the next driver, I think it's the F1 Racing Short. He's making his way around now in that Red Bull. First time we're seeing the Red Bull here tonight. We've seen the RB, we've seen the McLaren, we've seen the Alpine, we've seen the Aston Martins. Red Bull and Williams are the two that we haven't seen yet as teams. Neither have we seen the Sauber. Sauber has just got 3 new different cars into the mix, so let's see. 12 drivers, here we go, into the chicane. Pretty sweet there. Looking pretty good from the F1 Racing Short. The fastest time last session was a 1 minute 8.5, I believe. And so far, the best is a 1 minute 9.833. Second Sauber will join shortly. That's good to hear. We'll be up to 13 drivers, which is pretty good. Rosso go 13th and go 3rd and 4th. Miguel goes into a 1 minute 10.0. But on those medium tyres, remember, medium tyres for the top 2. Ben, I think, invalidated. KN. Fastest of all. Goes fastest of all into a 1 minute 9.713 is what he sets as his lap time, and it is fastest of all in the Alpine. TDR though, only one driver, which isn't great. I don't know where the other TDR driver is. TDR seem to only have one driver in. Let me find their lineup. Can't find their lineup either. Raphael now goes fastest of all into the 1 minute 9.657. Pretty good there. We'll do a quick run through of the teams for Lobby 2. We have LR in the McLaren. We then have ONB in the RB, VE in the Williams, DRE in the Red Bull, NET in the Sauber, Rosso in the Aston Martins, TDR in the Alpine, and MZPN in the Mercedes. But they're not going to do this lobby. All the lobbies have mixed around a bit because some teams have somehow become... They're not able to do the lobbies like requested. By the way, just to make it clear to everybody, these lobbies are chosen days before qualifying. So for any of the qualifiers, Nilo going pretty fast. His teammate P5 only in a 1 minute 10.0. Heading round. He goes fastest of all, just slightly faster than Raphael, into a 1 minute 9.624, only quarter of a tenth faster. Only quarter of a tenth faster for himself. I've seen a couple of managers not being too happy with the delays, sadly. But as now, Iago goes P5 ahead of his teammates to 1 minute 9.8. This lobby, definitely slower than the last lobby. I will say, definitely this lobby seems to be a lot slower than the last lobby. If I was just to put it out there, this lobby's definitely quite a bit slow. I think about a second slow, about 1.1 seconds, I believe, slower than the two ABE drivers. So, far, far off at the moment. I will just say they're far, far off in lap time. Which is surprising. I actually expected Lobby 2 to be slightly faster than Lobby 1, but I think we might see the fastest in Lobby 3. It's a very big toss-up here for who can do what. Robin's up by 1/10.5, but you see it's sort of gaining like this, 1/10.5 in the first sector. This is going to lower down teams' lap time. So at the moment, like, LR are looking at a 1 minute 9.7. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how these guys do. Because they're not finding a lot of time. A lot of struggles for these teams at the moment in Lobby 2. They're really struggling to keep up. I must say, they're struggling to keep up with the average pace at the moment. The average pace is sitting about 1 minute 9.9, I'd say, maybe a 1 minute 10. So a good sort of few tenths slower than the average of what we saw in the last session. Good 8 tenths slower. Let's see if Robin can find a lot of time. His lap, yes he does. He finds almost half a second to a 1 minute 9.338. Very, very strong lap there from himself. We've got Clips coming up to the line next. That's only going to be P8 for himself. Not a great lap time, I must say. Not a great lap time at all. We've got Miguel on his lap, as well. We've got Raphael coming around on his run. Let's see, who's furthest round? That's Robin, who's the furthest round. As Willian goes into P2, 1 minute 9.6. A lot of drives sitting now between that 1 minute 9.6 and 1 minute 9.8. Quite a lot of drivers, actually. So pretty interesting there. But interesting fact there, Viper. Very much Robin would be P6 in Lobby 1. Yeah, I know. It's crazy to think that the lap times are about, I'd say, at least 3 tenths slower than in... about 3 tenths slower, I'd say, than in Lobby 1. So there's definitely a big gap, I'd say, at the moment between Lobby 1 and Lobby 2. As you can see, Dark Ben goes now into P number 8 as he goes to a 1 minute 9.9. Found a bit of time. I don't know why he just did that. There's no reason for doing that at all. No reason at all for doing that. Nilo is going on his lap. Let's see how Nilo's going to do. Sadly, it is, of course, quite disappointing that we are running far behind schedule. But this session should end at about, I'd say, about quarter past to about 17 past. It should end at about 17 past. Maybe 18 past, and then we should be getting going at about half past. But Nilo on his lap, a little bit, not really finding too great. Lots of sliding from the VE driver. His teammate also needs to find a lot of time. At the moment, they're looking at a 1 minute 9.8 for their lap time, which is very, very slow. So, not too good there. I think we've got Turbo, who's on a lap. Let's see where he goes. He can only go P11 behind his teammate. Raphael goes to a 1 minute 9.216, finding another just over a tenth ahead of his teammate. So, LR looking at a 1 minute 9.2 at the moment, by the way, is what they are currently looking at for their average lap time, which still wouldn't be too great. It would be, I think, about I think they'd be about third or fourth in the teams at the moment. So not looking amazing for themselves. V are looking The team that surprised me is ONB. They're not looking strong in lap time. 1 minute 9.9 is what they're looking at the moment. Let's see what Nilo can do. Can Nilo find some time? Yes, he does. He finds 3.5 tenths. That's going to help his team a lot on that side. It's going to help them a huge amount. There's quite a few teams coming up the line next. I think we've got one of the Rosso cars coming up to the line next. We've got KN. So, yeah. To be fair, it was about a 13-minute delay from what we would have been on time for. So we did turn it around quickly for lobby 2. To be fair, we did turn it around quickly in 13 minutes. We were ready to go. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have one TDR driver. Yeah. One TDR driver can go into lobby 3. I do understand that the delay was stupid. But yeah. And that's Miguel, who's almost lost it. Not too good. We're going out for the final runs. Could be going out for the final runs now. The first driver who's making his way around is Yago. Quite interesting to see. OMB clearly not on the pace at the moment. 1 minute 9.8. This lobby, I am going to say, if we had the original teams, I think very much based off of their history, AMS probably. AMS probably would have leapt into the lead of this, but of course they're not qualifying tonight. They're not qualifying at all tonight. So interesting one there. I will allow at this one time that he can go into lobby 3, because I do understand, because I know the disqualification was a bit different, but with this, I do understand time is a bit harsher and we are late for kind of everything. Yago did not improve. KN retires. He knows he's done with his lap. I think we've got Yago who's still making his way around. We've got Smochek on his way round. Let's see how he's gonna do. Smochek, I don't know how this guy's gonna do. V need a big couple of laps. Need a big couple of laps here. Let's see how Smochek can do on his lap. He's got to try and find a bit of time. He's got to find a bit more time because his teammate is looking good at 1 minute 9.2. Isn't terrible, but it's his teammate that needs to close that down. So it isn't about 1 minute 9.6 or 0.7. I think it'd be about 1 minute 9.6 at the moment would be the average. So V really needs to cut that down by a couple of tenths. Really needs to take that down to about 1 minute 9. But he's going slowly, so I think he's going to be setting up for another run. Let's see, is he setting up for another run? Yes, he is. He is going for another run in this session. We got him going around. That was Clips who just crossed the line. He's gone up by 2/10 to a 1 minute 9.9, but that is not the safe zone at the moment to qualify. That is not the safe zone, by the way. That is not the safe zone at all. So it's getting a little bit close. Validation from Nilo. That's his qualifying session done, and that is it for the fastest man in VE. We've got Robin, we've got Raphael, who's just starting his run. He's the final person to be doing it. Here comes Yago. Yago improves to P4. Good improvement there. Good improvement there from himself. I think we've got Dark Ben. He's invalidated though, so it's not what he needs to end off his session. Smochek is improving by 3/10. He goes P7 now. What an improvement. Robin is out. He's crashed, and that is that for himself. We've got the F1 Racing short. He goes P4. That's a big lap from himself. Puts him far ahead of his teammate. Now got to look to Turbo, who has sadly invalidated on his lap. It actually would have been quite a decent lap as well. Rafa is going slowly. He's not. Oh, and that's Ross. And that's William who's done. That's himself over. Almost getting in the way there. Miguel goes into P8. Little bit of chaos. Hello. Hello, Cops. Hello. Welcome, welcome. And that is, I believe, that is everyone done. Unless there is one guy who's still on a lap. And I believe that is Dark Ben who's still on a lap. I think he's the last person on a lap out of everybody. Because I don't see anyone else on a flying lap. Don't believe. We are quite late tonight. But that is sadly sometimes the way it goes. And that is Dark Ben who goes P7 in the end. A good jump for himself. Smochek finds himself in P10, but it's about the average lap time, remember. It's not about the full lap time. It's not about the complete lap time. So, disappointment there for quite a few teams. I think we're seeing quite a lot of teams, a lot of disappointment. And that is that, and that is over for them. LR go 1-2. We've had two 1-2s now, but it's a 1 minute 9.1 is what LR set, so who knows? It's very mixed at the moment. Everybody's sort of a bit everywhere. I will say everybody is a bit everywhere in this session. So there was a lot riding on it, and there was a lot riding on the qualifying. But it's clearly it's not gone perfectly for everybody, and that is that. And that is the qualifying over. Here we go. Here is the order. It is Robin, Raphael, Nilo, the F1 Racing Short, Yago, William, Dark Ben, KN, Miguel, Smochek, Clipsy, Rafa, and Turbo to end out the grid. Now, if I can leave this, which would be nice. We're going to be making the third lobby for tonight, which is taking its sweet ass time because this game does not like to rush at all. This game's just taking its sweet ass time with doing anything. So now we can. Oh, come on, let me leave. This game won't let me leave. This game is so ass. It actually is so ass. I'm clicking escape. It's just not doing anything. Okay. So, it is time to set up the third and final lobby of the evening. I know we have run quite late. I know we are running quite late tonight because of some game issues. Which we are sorting. We are getting underway for our third and final lobby of the evening. And then on Twitter, make sure to go and follow us on Twitter. As you can see, the @ is in the top left. Make sure to go and look at that because I would just like to say that make sure to go and look at that, because that's where the qualifying results will be posted. So if you don't go and look on there, you won't find out who's done what and who's done well and who hasn't. So just to point that out. So definitely go and check on there. Definitely give us a follow on there as well. We are almost done for today. We're getting to the end. Today's going to be an interesting day. It's been a tough one. Of course, we've had a couple of issues. So, we're going to get on with it now. We are going to finally get on with it. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, click on that notification bell so you can know about all the content we've got going on for this season. So definitely make sure to go and do that. We've got everything up and coming. Are there provisional? Not yet. We don't have provisional. We won't have provisional until afterwards. But I can tell you that I think from my current understanding, AB are quickest pace-wise from my understanding. So I'm trying to... So I think AB will be quickest. I think that's pretty well known that they are quickest out on track at the moment. I think it's been pretty clear that they are quickest. We've got a lot of people to invite quickly into this lobby because this game loves to take its time. Yeah, any problems that have come from tonight, that is purely because this game has been ass. Because this game is ass. That's the only reason, is game problems. I do always say this, just it is kind of... It's kind of annoying. It's very annoying, I'd say. Especially when you're just trying to get through one lobby at a time. It is very annoying when people do not turn up on time or don't join you through your invites and then complain you haven't invited them a single time. That is slightly annoying, as but that is something that maybe we'll sort for the future, because I know a lot of people are a bit moronic sometimes. They don't think how annoying it is for me to invite them. No, I'm kidding. It's just... I think Lobby 3, though, is definitely going to be the fastest overall, I think we're about to see the fastest lobby altogether. Because pretty much we've got 9 drivers in already, and I think we have 8 teams. I need to quickly... I need to quickly invite somebody that I'm forgetting about, because I like to forget about people. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know what it is, because I'm the only person doing the standings, by the way, so I do not have time to get provisional. But I can tell you AB is currently on top. I can tell you that, because it is very simple to see. If you keep trolling me, man, I will ban you. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Cox. You need to come back and do commentary. I might need you on a Sunday. I do. I might need you to come back on the 29th just to do one. What car haven't we taken? If I need you on the 29th. I don't need you tonight. I need you on the 29th, my friend. Because I'm away. I'm not here on the 29th. So I will need you on Sunday on the 29th. So mark that down in your calendar because I will be coming to talk to you about it. And I promise you, I will talk to you about it. And I will be messaging you and you will not escape from my consistent messaging of that I need you for that day. We've got 13 drives in. A lot of people getting in quite quickly. A lot of people getting quite quickly. 14 now. We should have... No, I don't. I don't care. I don't. I actually don't. No, I'm kidding. I do care. It's just frustrating night. Especially because like I've done a lot of checks and everything to make sure everything works before tonight. And we've got some problems in the second lobby. Like, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating sometimes. It's so frustrating sometimes. Sometimes it does just frustrate me a bit. We've got 15 drivers in. What's the qualifying time so far? I think the quickest is ABE, who's done, I think, 8.5. I think that's the quickest we've seen. But I think this lobby's going to change that up a lot. I've got to find one guy. This is not fun. This is not fun when you're having to scroll through lists to find one person. But we will get going very shortly. And I do apologise for the incredible delays that we've had tonight. But at least we're making up for that in comedy. That's the main thing. But I need to find Frozen. That's somewhere in this list. Whether I'm even going to invite the right guy, I don't know, because I've got way too many people to invite on a general basis. This is taking that sweet ass time. It's because I can't scroll too quickly or I won't see any names. But then this game loves to spend ages just scrolling. Okay. Okay. No, it isn't full. Which team is Sauber? Sauber are SET. Sauber are SET, I believe, if I'm correct. Everybody's shifted around, and I have no clue who's doing what now. I don't know who's doing what. Lots of people are confusing me. Okay, how many... Okay, so I think we need... Okay, Peck might be in, or they might not be. Okay. What time do they get if DNF or disqualified? So, one driver was disqualified. One driver was disqualified, but we're going to base it off of their previous time. Because I will say they weren't fairly disqualified. They were disqualified very, very terribly. And not in the right way. Because they were disqualified for driving in the wrong direction when they were actually spinning round. So, I will say that was not fair that they got disqualified like that. So, that's why they are getting... they'll get their previous time. So I've just got to base it off of that time then. What was that? It was CES, I believe. It's set up by one of my friends, Isaac. Yeah, so it's set up by one of my friends, Isaac. That's what I think I was going to do. I can't remember. It's been a while. Let me be. Who are we missing? We've got 18. 18 in, I think that's everyone. I don't know who is missing. We were going to do 4 lobbies, but then we realised there wasn't time. We realised there just purely wasn't time to do all 4 lobbies, I will say. I don't... Yeah, I'd say a 9.6 at least. But it depends, because we've got 9 teams in here. We've only had... I think we've only had 11 teams so far. I think we've only had 11 teams so far. So a good chunk of the teams are going to be in here. So we're going to have to see how that's gonna go. But we are readying up. Oh my god, everybody's just gone anywhere. What? It's not a choice. Everybody was switching lobbies. Everyone was switching lobbies. I'm not even kidding. Everyone was switching lobbies at the start of this day. Like, everything was fine before yesterday. Everybody was chill. I do apologise, guys, for the absolute madness that's happening tonight, because we've got some people who didn't want to be in. I mean, there's been people swapping around all today, just anywhere and everywhere. I think we've had 5 teams swap lobbies in the last 2, today and yesterday. So it's been all over the place. But we've got 18 drivers in this lobby. It is a bit mixed and a bit all over the place, so bear with me on that. Yeah, no, the reason why... So, SET informed me earlier, and Peck were a bit stupid, but they just... It is what it is. I think there are some people complaining that it is overfilled in Lobby 3. I don't disagree, but we wouldn't have time to run a 4th lobby. Like, we would be here till, like, 9:30. Or, like, we'd be here until at least 9:30. Trying to do, or probably 9:15. I'd say 9:15 doing lobby 4. So we don't really want to turn this into a 2-hour job to just make this. Yeah, no. They are getting penalties. They are getting penalties for late lineups and stuff. So whoever sent a late lineup is getting penalties for it. I can promise you that. So I'm not letting them off. They're not getting let off at all. They're not getting let off at all. Don't worry. Everybody's been a bit mental. and a bit stupid. It happens, but I didn't think it'd be this many. It's because I think a lot of teams have just left it quite late to send like lineups and to also change lobbies and whatever. AMS Josh is the first one heading round. He's out for UFRT today. There's no AMS today, by the way, so the defending champions won't return. So, yeah, it is a 5/10 penalty. It is a 5/10 penalty overall if they have a late lineup, and also because they've had another change to their lineup since then. It's another 2/10 penalty. So they have basically 7/10 worth of penalties. So I'd be surprised if they make it. But AMS Josh really sliding all over the place there. He hasn't got much traffic, which is a plus. That's the biggest plus. He hasn't. Whoa! And that is a big moment for the Mercedes, as he has a massive moment there. Absolute massive moment in the Mercedes. I think we've got Yanni coming up to the line next. Yeah, it is Yanni Casares for SKG. They went second place in the standings last season. Let's see how they do today. It's a 1 minute 12.339. Not a good lap. And look at that. Washed. Frozen. Already going into a 1 minute 8.8. Already faster. Pesci went to a 1 minute 9.0. Nilu 1 minute 9.8. Got a little bit held up there, though. We're waiting to see who's next. Josh Rose goes to a 1 minute 9.4. This lobby is definitely a bit quicker. Jose goes P4. Yan in a 1 minute 9.8 already. Austin P3 into a 1 minute 9.2. I think that's exactly the same time as we got in as the fastest time, I think, earlier. Nilu was P6. I think we've just seen Connor go P9. He was on a really slow lap, though, so I'm not surprised. The stream has cooked itself. Brilliant. Brilliant. The stream has cooked itself. Great. Honda goes into P5. Solid lap from himself. Pretty solid lap from himself, to be honest. Not too bad. Inver coming round. He goes into P9 just behind his teammate. Not a great run for himself. Chicho for, I believe that is 4. Peck goes P5. Is the stream really struggling? If the stream's really struggling, please tell me. Please tell me if the stream is really struggling, because I will try to fix it. We got Switch. I think he's actually going round on a lap at the moment. I think we got Connor. He would have done it 1 minute 8.8, so he actually would have gone quickest. It's probably because my CPU is taking a kick in the balls at the moment. To be fair, it is actually taking a kick in the balls. Panos goes P8, by the way, 1 minute 9.7. But I will say, I do think it's because my PC is getting a massive kick in the balls right now. Because of how much F1 25 is just pretty difficult. I know a lot of... there's so many people saying too many cars and stuff, but then they're the guys who literally changed lobby. So I don't know what these guys are waffling on about, to be honest. You wanted to change lobby, you changed the lobby, now you're not happy about lobby. Usual Wednesday then. Usual Wednesday we've got going on. Invalidate, switch. It's going slow. Is there anybody on an actual lap so far? There's Josh. Once again, that car sliding all around the place. It really is sliding all around the place. It's now Josh into the braking zone, into the hairpin. There he goes, heading round. Again, I do apologise for all the delays we've had tonight and for the bit of chaos, but drivers are meant to stay out of the way. It isn't difficult to stay out of the way. I will say it is not difficult to stay out of the way of cars. You just keep to the right. And Josh across the line, he goes P4 to a 1 minute 9.321. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Not too bad from himself. Could have been a bit better. I think Lumi invalidated, so it's still 2 drivers without an actual lap under their belts. And that's another driver who's going to be failing to do it. I think we've got VMV Jan making his way around once again. The moment. Washed, looking pretty quick. Washed Frozen, looking pretty quick out there at the moment. The settings aren't wrong. By the way, the settings aren't wrong. These are set to realistic. And, like, it's set to, like, realistic time. This is literally what it... This is realistic. I don't know what people... I don't know what to do because it's realistic. It is realistic. Oh my god. I will go over the other lobbies and I promise you, they were realistic. All of these lobbies are realistic. All the lobbies are realistic. I promise you. They really are. They really are. All 3 lobbies have been realistic. None of them have been midday. None of them have been midday. As Jan goes P2 into a 1 minute 9.0. We race on realistic time. So, if we have Canada on the calendar, I'm just going to say if we have Canada on the calendar, I think for assists we might. You guys are going to have to go through this again. But, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Every team has had the same thing. All 3 lobbies have been at realistic times. I'm not even joking. They have all been at realistic times. Like, I don't know why people seem to think that I've gone and changed them just randomly out of the blue. Because I promise you I haven't changed them. Hello, Timon. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, a lot of teams complaining that some of these lobbies aren't at midday. Which is really... It is starting to annoy me slightly, because I don't know why some people think that I've changed the lobby. I've just changed the lobby times. Because, you know, I just feel like it sometimes. Was Poland lobby 2? I think it was a 1 minute 9.1, I believe. I think we just saw somebody, I think that was Honda go into... Yeah, I think it was a 1 minute 9.1 or a 1 minute 9.0. It was about then. It was a very low point. It was a very low 9. I think we just saw Austin. He's P5. He's dropped down a little bit. His teammate not helping him out the best way. I think Josh Rose also improved as well. Nilu also improved, I believe. I think he's just... Yeah, he's just done a lap. He's gone to P8. His teammate, Fast 4. SET really pushing for this. What do you do if only one turns up? What do you mean, Joseph? What do you mean, Cots? Please tell me what you mean by if only one turns up. Somebody jumped up the order a lot. That was Inva who jumped up. Yanni as well, up to P2 into the 1 minute 8.988. So at the moment, SKG looking pretty strong to qualify. Waiting to see who else goes up. Hasho goes into P9. I think Haas just crossed the line. That was Ticho. Is Ticho on a lap though? Yeah, Ticho's on a lap. I think we just saw Switch go P7 as well. So pretty strong there from themselves. Pesci went P4. Pretty solid. I think we just saw Panos go up into P7. Washed Frozen goes up even more. He goes... If only one driver in a team turns up. I'm doing... Basically, then it's... Then like a set time. So I believe it's a 1 minute. If I remember correctly, I think it was set... I think I spoke about this actually. I think. but I think I determined that it was a 1 minute 11.5, so it wasn't 2 seconds off, so it would be like a 1 minute 11, sorry, 1 minute 11, that's what the time's chosen. So it's basically at least a second off the pace for most teams. So it basically means it's very difficult to qualify. I think we've now got another driver coming around. Lumi. Is Lumi finally going to complete a lap here in qualifying? His teammate up there in P7, all on his own. See how it's going to go. He goes slowest of all. I think a slow lap from himself there. Not really what you want to see. Pesci goes P3, by the way. Improvement again, 1 minute 9.0. We've now got 2 drivers. We've got 3 drivers within a tenth of each other. So at the moment, AB is provisional P1. I must say, those laps were very, very strong from ABE in Lobby 1. I generally thought, I will say this, I didn't think that that AB would come out fastest across all the lobbies so far. Unless, and especially because it's not just fastest lap time overall, it's also fastest, like, it's also, their average is also the fastest out of anybody as well. Like, I just want to point that out. They've also got the fastest average. So they've got, I think, 1 minute 8.5 at the moment as the fastest average. I think the next closest, I think, is the moment SCT. I think 1 minute 9.3 or something, or it's another team from, I think, Lobby 1. But so far, it's pretty mixed. It's very mixed, I will say. It is very mixed right now on who's doing well and who isn't. I'm surprised for some. I am surprised for some teams. I will say some teams have surprised me. Some haven't. It's like here, MZPN only have, I think, 1 driver in. They only have 1 driver. So, or they have another that just isn't in the right car. I think they only have 1 driver. So, in this case, they're going to have a 1 minute 11 lap time, which means they are going to be out of the running for the qualifiers. And I think they know that as well. They know it. They know that. You know, at this point, every team, you know, as a team, you'd know. You'd know that you're not in the running for it anymore. And it just depends how you take it, really. Nilu is going to be next on lap. 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining on the clock. And start to see, I think, the final couple of runs going on here. And one of them is going to be coming from Jose for MZPN. Mazepin, I don't know. But, yeah. I will be doing a bit of a debrief on qualifying for the teams. If anybody is wondering, there I will be having a little announcement to all of the teams just to discuss why tonight has been a bit rocky. But Jose up by just over a tenth of a second. Won't matter a lot because that's only roughly about 600ths in overall lap time and average lap time. So it's very much not going to be enough at the moment. But definitely, I would say, as it stands, UFRT is definitely up there, in for a chance. I'd say definitely UFRT up there. SKG, I think, are also in there quite easily. AZR, I'm a bit on edge about them. I'm not sure. I don't think they are going to qualify based off of their average. They're not going to qualify based off their current average. So Lumi really needs to put in a good lap now. He really does. It's really dependent on him now. No interviews for qualifiers. No interviews tonight. As Jose goes just over a tenth faster. And that's not a bad lap. And just why? Just why? Nilu goes P6. Strong lap from Nilu there. Really what his teammate also needed. Brings them into the 1 minute 9s on average. Only 2 teams have now done that. Which, I've got to say, big up to them. Big up to them, I will say. Where is... Lumi's invalidated again. Trying to find a driver near the line. Is anybody actually near the line? Panos is just starting a lap. I think we've got a McLaren. It's coming out of the pits. That's McLaren coming out of the pits. Next is Inver, up by almost 0.2 of a second. Can he find that a bit more time? Robin, you guys will know the standings if you look on Twitter. It'll probably be released tonight or tomorrow. He finds some more time, but it's not enough. It's not what he needed. Cubson also retired. That's 2 retirees now from this session. Bit of disappointment there, of course. 2 drivers now done. Cross line, Honda. Does he not improve? Is he going for another run? That's the big question. Yes, he is. He is going for another run. Frozen. Oh, he's just invalidated as well. And I think that's his qualifying over. That's Frozen's qualifying done for tonight. Trying to see who's next. I don't know who's next because everybody's crossing the line now. Who is next? I have no clue who's next. I'm trying to see who's next. There's too many people crossing the line. I think that was Pesci that's just crossed the line. I think we've got McLaren coming around. That's Jan, who's just doing his lap now. I think that's Switch that's coming up the line. He's invalidated. He's invalidated again, so I think that's his qualifying over. Austin as well, invalidation for himself. That's his qualifying, I think, possibly done. Who knows? Inver can't find time. Honda into the 1 minute 8.8. He gets that a little bit closer. I've got to say, what a lap time. That is qualifying over. Nilu is now finished, by the way, in qualifying. He is now done for the session. He's now finished. EVR not looking good, though. And that is not good. EVR, I believe, are not looking brilliant. Yanni, still P3. Josh Rose, P6 in all of that. I think we've got Josh, who's just come in. Yanni, I think just improved. He didn't improve. He stays where he was. Jan goes up into a 1 minute 8.8. VMV pushing for the lap time. Lumi did find a good lap time, 1 minute 9.4. His teammate Austin, across the line, he finds another 10th. Brings it to a 1 minute 9.1. And that is Inver in 15th. I think there's one driver left, and that's Honda. But that is qualifying over. And that first run, from that second run from Frozen, was enough to go into P number 2, I think. So, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Having a look, it is Frozen on top 4 by Jan, Honda, Yanni, Pesci, Josh Rose, Austin, Nilu, Josh, Panos, Switch, Lumi, Jose, Hasho, Inwa, Tico, Cubson, and Connor. And that is that for tonight. I will be putting together the list and everything for today on how it went. I will say it was tough at times. I will say it was a bit of a tough night. We had a couple of issues. We definitely had a couple of issues. I have to say it was an interesting evening. It was an interesting evening. I'll say pretty crazy. But before we go, let's have one last look at the calendar for assists this season. On the 25th, we'll be going to Monza to start off the season. Yes, Monza. Then we're going to Mexico, Brazil, Netherlands. Then we have our first mystery race of the season. Then we're going to Hungary, Imola, then Great Britain. Then we will be having another mystery race, our second mystery race as round 9. Then Japan as round 10, Belgium, then Saudi Arabia, and then for the finale of the season, we will be going to Kota on the 1st of October, and for the final race of the season. I know, final race. It's not. I know it's crazy to think that it is what. It's not too far away realistically. I mean, when you think about it, it's 4 months. It's about 3.5 months altogether, so it's quite a while. Just over 3 months, I believe. So it's quite a while. But ultimately, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll have all of the graphics and everything for next race already in time for not qualifiers on Sunday, but for the first race of the season. I do promise you that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please think about subscribing and leaving a like. Also, make sure to click on that notification bell to know about all the content we're going to be doing, from short streams and views, the short streams and videos. I'm losing my mind. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on Sunday for Falls. Make sure to join us at 7 PM for that. Lobbies will also be sorted for everyone. So ultimately, that is that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.